Hitler's rise to power, from Chancellor to Dictator. Adolf Hitler's ascension to power in Germany during the early 1930s marked a turning point in history. His journey, from being appointed Chancellor to becoming an autocratic dictator, was a result of various factors such as economic instability, political maneuvering, propaganda, and manipulation. This essay will explore how Hitler took control over Germany, starting from his appointment as Chancellor in 1933 and culminating in his consolidation of power as a dictator. Act 1. The appointment of Hitler as Chancellor. In January 1933, Adolf Hitler was appointed as the Chancellor of Germany by President Paul von Hindenburg. This political development occurred due to a combination of factors. Germany was reeling from the economic turmoil caused by the Great Depression, leading to widespread discontent among the population. Hitler's Nazi Party, which had gained considerable support through charismatic leadership and aggressive propaganda, capitalized on this discontent to garner political influence. Act 2. Suppression of labor unions, strengthening Hitler's dictatorship. Labor unions played a significant role in Hitler's rise to power and subsequent consolidation of control over Germany. When Hitler became Chancellor in 1933, one of his early actions was to dismantle and suppress labor unions. The Nazi regime sought to replace independent unions with the German Labor Front, Deutsche Arbeitsfront, a state-controlled organization that aimed to subjugate workers to the interests of the Nazi state. Through propaganda and coercion, Hitler and his government undermined the influence of labor unions, portraying them as enemies of the German people and subversive to the Nazi agenda. By eliminating the autonomy of labor unions and subjugating workers to state control, Hitler further consolidated his power by removing potential sources of opposition and dissent within the working class. The suppression of labor unions was a crucial step in Hitler's path to becoming a dictator, as it allowed him to exert more control over the workforce and solidify his authoritarian rule. Act 3. Exploiting political opportunities. As Chancellor, Hitler exploited political opportunities to consolidate his power. He tactfully used the Enabling Act of 1933 to dismantle democratic institutions and establish a totalitarian regime. This act granted Hitler dictatorial powers and allowed his government to pass laws without the involvement of the Reichstag, Germany's parliament. By exploiting the fire at the Reichstag building, which was blamed on the communists, Hitler further fueled public fear and discontent, enabling him to curtail civil liberties and suppress political opposition. Act 4. Control through propaganda. Hitler's control over Germany was reinforced by his effective use of propaganda. Through the Ministry of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda, led by Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi Party employed various mediums, including newspapers, radio, rallies, and films, to manipulate public opinion and glorify Hitler's leadership. Propaganda played a pivotal role in cultivating a sense of nationalistic pride, demonizing political opponents, and spreading anti-Semitic ideologies, ultimately cementing Hitler's position as a charismatic figurehead. Act 5. Eliminating political opposition. In his quest for absolute power, Hitler systematically eliminated political opposition. The Night of the Long Knives in 1934 saw the ruthless purge of perceived threats to Hitler's authority, such as Ernst Röhm and other members of the Sturmabteilung, SA. This event sent a clear message that Hitler would not tolerate any challenge to his leadership, ensuring the loyalty and compliance of the military and other key institutions. Act 6. Consolidation of power. With the death of President Hindenburg in 1934, Hitler further consolidated his power. He combined the roles of President and Chancellor, assuming the title of Führer und Reichskanzler, leader and Chancellor. This move effectively made him the supreme ruler of Germany, with no legal or constitutional limitations on his authority. Hitler's establishment of a one-party state, with the Nazi Party as the sole political entity, extinguished any remaining semblance of democracy and centralized power in his hands. Conclusion. Adolf Hitler's rise to power in Germany from Chancellor to dictator was a result of a combination of factors, including economic instability, political maneuvering, propaganda, and the exploitation of crises. Hitler effectively capitalized on public discontent, utilized political opportunities, and skillfully employed propaganda to manipulate public opinion. Through the elimination of political opposition and the consolidation of power, he transformed Germany into a totalitarian state. The lessons learned from this dark chapter in history serve as a reminder of the dangers of unchecked power, the importance of safeguarding democratic institutions, and the need to remain vigilant against ideologies that threaten human rights and freedom. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.